Hi, this is Chris Terrell with Everyday VBA. Today we're looking at the application object. And we're going to write a little code. I got a little split screen going. Again, application is kind of the head of the tree. The application is what VBA calls Excel, or Excel is the VBA application. So we're going to go application dot name. Okay, and again, that doesn't really do anything. So we want to make a variable, and all that variable is just a little bucket. It's just a little holder of this string, which will be name. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go application. Actually, we're not going to do application. We're going to go active cell. Now, in the last video, what we did is we had application.activeCell, and this time we're actually going to take that off because it knows what application you're already in. So let's go ahead and walk through that. So we're going to go application. We're going to hit F8 again. Lets us know that the application name is Microsoft Excel. Now, if you're writing a macro in Access or in Outlook, it's going to be Microsoft Outlook or Microsoft Access. Now, as I hit F8, it's going to put Microsoft Excel in B9, and there it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to end that. We're going to pick another cell here. We're going to try application.parent. Okay, we're going to go to F8 again. F8, we're going to go ahead and look at that. You'll notice that it's also showing up in my locals window down there. That is a window that I would absolutely recommend that you have open. You go to View, Locals window, and it basically shows you all of your variables. It tells you what type it is, etc. So it shows up Microsoft Excel. We can also see that when we hover over it as well. Now again, it's going to do the active cell. Now I moved down one, so this is going to be in B10. We're going to hit F8, Microsoft Excel. So the name and the parent in this case is identical. If you use parent on the lower areas, those are not necessarily going to be the same. But let's try caption. Well, first thing we need to do is we need to continue through this code. So we're going to see what that caption is. So you'll notice that it's empty. Every time that you rerun a sub, it's going to clear out your variables. So you'll notice down here in my locals window, it's empty. It's going to come up Microsoft Excel. We're going to paste that into B11. You'll notice that that shows up Microsoft Excel Book 1, which happens to be what is it actually happens to be what is in your header bar. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick little thing here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the application workbooks.add. So in this case, we're actually, add is not a variable. So we're going to go application.workbooks.add. And now sometimes when you hit space, it's going to give you more IntelliSense. In this case, we don't want to add a add a template, so we're going to hit F8. We're going to get rid of the active cell because we're not going to use it. But we are going to go application.active workbook, because we do want to see what that is. So we're going to go S equals, and then we're going to do the same thing down here, application dot go just active cell equals S. So we're going to go ahead and run this. Again, I'm just hitting F8 to walk through this. If you wanted to go through at full speed, you would basically hit F5 and it would walk through. So we're going to go F8, application workbooks add is going to add a book. You'll notice that it has changed to book 3. When I hit application active workbook, this is going to be active workbook. I've got to name it. We're going to go application active workbook name, because otherwise you're not telling it what to do. There's lots of methods that you can use on that. So it's book 3. It's going to go active cell since we're in. You'll notice right here that this is not capitalized like it was earlier. That means that I have spelled it A-C-T-I. You'll notice that it capitalizes. That's one way to know, one easy way to know if you've spelled something incorrectly. So I'm going to go ahead and hit F3. Notice that that puts in book 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Application, and actually what we're going to do is we're going to use the Locals window now, or the Immediate window. The Immediate window is basically how to do code outside of your sub. So we're going to go Application dot Workbooks. We're going to go to work dot activate. Okay. I'm going to spread this out so that you can actually see it. So in the intermediate window, once you hit enter, it will run the code. So we're going to hit that. You'll notice that workbook 1 is now activated. That took us right back to the workbook that we're on. So now what we want to do is we want to go back to 2. And let me show you another thing here in the application window. So if you put a question mark, we go to dot name. If I put a question mark and I hit enter, it's going to tell me what workbook that is. So notice book 3 comes up. Very useful. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use this next one right here. So we're going to go to Application Quit. We're going to do this all in our immediate window. So we know that Application Workbook 2 is book 3. That's the one that we just loaded. So we're going to go to Application Workbooks 2 dot quit. I'm going to hit enter. Doesn't like it. We're going to go Application dot quit. And what that's going to do is close us all the way out of Excel. I'm going to hit enter. Now you'll notice that it did give me that error, and that error was that error happened because I was running code, so it wasn't able to process that code and quit, but it still got the same subject or same objective cleared. So anyway, that is another section on the application object. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Everyday VBA YouTube channel. Please join the VBA community at everydayvba.com, and most importantly, learn VBA.